One database feature that we don't often take advantage of is specifying a field option. I'm going to continue with the same search from our previous video on staffing ratios and nurse burnout. When you type in search terms, you need to remember that each database has a default method of how it searches for your entries. The default in CINAHL and most other EBSCOhost databases is what librarians call a TAK search, T-A-K, for title, abstract, keyword. So using my first search line, CINAHL is searching for the terms nurse burnout or job satisfaction among the title, abstract, and author-designated keywords in each article it contains. We have the option to change how the database searches for each line of our search. This can be another good way to expand a search with too few results or narrow a search that has returned too many. For example, our original PICO question was, what is the effectiveness of improved staffing ratios on preventing nurse burnout in the emergency department? After constructing a Boolean search strategy, we omitted the search line for emergency room because there were so few results. But another option would be to change the way that CINAHL searches for that term. If I replace our search terms on the third line, emergency room or emergency department, and repeat our current search, which still contains the limiters for research article, I only get 19 studies that focused on the ER. But perhaps there have been studies that involve several different areas of the hospital, including the emergency room, but did not use the ER terms within the title, abstract, or keywords. If I'd like to include those in my search, I can use the drop-down box to the right of my search line and change the search field to TX All Text. Now my search will return studies that include those search terms anywhere within the text of the article. You can see that this increased my results to 50. On some occasions, that may make a real difference in finding articles that you would have missed because the database was only searching a few fields for your search terms. It's up to you to decide which fields you want to leave as the default search and which may need to be adjusted. And remember, different databases may have different default search methods. These field selection boxes also allow us to use medical subject headings, which will be the subject of our next quick video.